exactly the same but better. So it was perfect.
From the very beginning, I really did not want to spend my time pouring through thousands of options. And so Becca and Sussex, the Sussex team, presented me with a few options, and it went beautifully because I didn't have to waste my time. It was really easy to select the top choice.
There are all those decisions you have to make, like it's got to be big enough for the fire department to approve the size of the window as a safety window or whatever their definition is. It just, those kind of items were kind of things I could almost let go of. Once we talked about it in a theoretical sense, it just got done. Ron knew what we wanted, knew we wanted wood interiors, and I'm satisfied with all of that kind of stuff.
I was very uncertain about the sizes of windows. I knew I wanted large windows, but I didn't want the windows to take over the look of the house from a distance. Now the windows are each of them like their own little picture frame of a different view of the lake.
Well, that even reminds me, is she painted a picture of what it was going to look like.
Yeah.
That was worth it because it showed how it was going to look.
I think they did a great job, especially in designing the home, in making it fit in the area that we placed it in. Probably one of the biggest compliments and the most frequent compliments we get on this house is that it really suits the area that it's in. And we're relieved and thrilled about that because we certainly didn't want to build an eyesore or something that would detract from the neighborhood. We wanted to add to the neighborhood. So
to be walking on Mount Helena and to have people compliment you and thank you for building a home that fits so well is
a pretty big deal. Yeah.
Our design team believes very much that the house should be of the land and not just on the land. And this means drawing a lot of inspirations also from the natural environment and elements that we see around us and that are very local to the lot the house is situated on. We choose colours very carefully to give a very warm and welcoming and comfortable feel to each of our homes. We work very closely with the clients to pick out very specific details, things that will make the client feel very happy and very comfortable in their home. The right plumbing fixtures, the right light fixtures, the things that you see and feel and touch and work with every day. You stand at a kitchen sink many times every day, probably. It's important that you love that sink and it makes you feel happy that it functions for you, it's what you need.
I felt like we had sufficient guidance and help, but not too much. I mean, they definitely let us do what we wanted to do and then helped us when we had questions or didn't quite know what we needed to be doing at that spot, and like kitchen cupboards and bathrooms, and obviously we knew nothing, so we relied on them for just about everything.
I would highly recommend Sussex Construction. If you're interested in building a home with quality craftsmanship and attention to detail with a little bit of unique flair, I think they're a great company to work with. I think above that, they provide that unique advice and they go the extra mile to pick out the colors, the fixtures, the amenities that really make the house a very special place and will ultimately make it your home.
The fireplace, the tile work, the wall colors, the coordinating colors, the lighting. I love my lighting. All of these things too, as we chose pieces, I just couldn't visualize how this was all going to go together, and Amy kept assuring me that it was all going to coordinate, and when we walked in and it was done, it was every bit of what she said it would be.
From the design process, one of the conversations, not the first conversations I had with Ron, was my concerns of building a home that was energy efficient, certainly with the concerns of deregulated energy prices, and with global warming issues, we wanted to make certain that this home was a tight home. We have been amazed when December and January and February come around and the Alberta Express comes rolling through, that our heating bills stay well within range.
And it's a very warm, comfortable house. We chose not to do central air, and despite the fact that we didn't do that, the design of the house has really helped the house stay actually pretty cool, because I think it's well insulated and so it doesn't tend to get as hot, and because the overhangs are great so they don't let as much sun in. And Ron said that when we were in the process. He said, I think that will really help you. And so it was good design.
One of the questions that we often get from clients is, what type of subcontractors are going to use? Who's going to build my house? What type of people are involved in your company? And we've been building homes for a great many years, and we've built a lot of them. And with that experience, we've learned creating a team and using a team of folks that are dedicated and passionate and professionals in their field is really a valuable thing for you, the homeowner. So we do use a lot of the same subcontractors year after year. We do a lot of our works in-house, excavation and foundation works all the way through to completion of tile, laying your hardwood floors, those types of things. We are focusing on making certain that your project is successful, that it's a timely process, that it is done by professionals, and that it will be done to the absolute best abilities that we can do that.
Something that stands out to me would be the stairwell and the staircase. I think that is beautiful, and it's just kind of a centerpiece for the main room of our house, and we love that. And I also think that the wood floors were fabulous in the home, but the finish work was just wonderful. I think that's something that we're most happy about, is just that it's a very well finished home, and we love it. So
the young man who did our tile, we were just thrilled to death when we came in and saw our fireplace and what he had created. Amy came up with a rendering, an idea, and then he just went to town and came up with what we considered a beautiful fireplace. He also did a beautiful job in our master shower, just through his creativity.
Well, I'd have to say that I really like rocks, and that was because there's so many rocks on this property. They've been able to accent all the different homes with the rocks off of the property. They were able to put in my retaining walls in the egress windows and in the different elevations where they've used rock work to kind of accentuate those. I really think that has made the house stand out a lot better.
When you design a home with Sussex Construction, we consider every element of the home, and this includes everything from siding, windows, doors, all of the elements inside, the paint colors, the flooring, the light fixtures, the plumbing fixtures, the cabinets, everything will work together as a big picture. We even go so far, if you like, to design your landscapes. I personally have a great love of landscapes and the outsides. Having not only the correct colors and composition for the house, but also a well-designed landscape can make all the difference in finishing a home, to create a truly completed, beautiful home right from the get-go.
I found Ron to be always very accessible. I called him probably, you probably don't want this on tape. I called him probably every day, and he was several times a day, and he was always very responsive to any question I had. He was very supportive, he was very encouraging, he was very helpful throughout the whole process, really.
One of the things I really respect about Sussex Construction is that they put a lot of their resources back into our community. I feel it's very important that whether or not you tithe to a church or to a non-profit organization, that you become part of that community. And everywhere I go, I see Sussex Construction helping sponsor very important things that make our entire community richer. They don't have to, and I don't see the majority of builders do that. That is very important to me in people I do business with, that they love Helena as much as I do.
Well, the whole process with building was so easy. I mean, we would go out to their office, and I had just had I was pregnant as we were doing this whole process, and even after Stella was born, we were able to come out, and it was just, everything made us feel like we were the most important house being built. I just felt very, very well taken care of and very special while we were doing it.
All along the building process with Sussex Construction, we and our staff remain very open and accessible to all of your questions.
We want you to sleep well at night while your house is being built and for years to come.